We'll put a little extra into this one.
I can't remember a movie that so actively despises its audience, or maybe that's not right. It loves its audience.
That's not right.
It fan service through the roof, but that so actively thinks its audience are just like morons.
Council Pop.
This film thinks that you are an idiot, and I can't get past that as a starting point, because that becomes obvious early on in the film. That
yes.
Like, oh, they're gonna cut to flashbacks to the original film just for like joke sakes, not even for like plot points, which is like, it'd be bad enough if it was just, oh, we're gonna remind people who these people are or why we should care, but they just do it to like remind you about a joke in the first one. So that
right, so that you'll be able to get the joke currently.
Yeah, so
because without it,
who is that
the movie
for?
doesn't exist.
Who is that for? So then
it's for people. It's because listen. Here's what I'm gonna cut you off for 1 second. It's for two people. They're gonna be the member berries. Remember when this happened in the first one? And then it's for the people who grew up loving it and watching it, deservedly so, because Evan and I both love the original movie, and this is then for the people who are showing up for Bad Bunny and Travis Kelce to like point at celebrities they know and say, I know that person. That's so crazy that person's in this
Post
movie.
Malone's in it. Cool.
Post Malone. I love Post Malone. Cameron's in this. He's got a podcast. I love Cameron. Although I was happy to see Cameron. But it's just like, he's a name, but he's just a name. Bad example. He's actually the best part of it. No, I'm just kidding. No, shout out Cameron. But you know what I'm saying? It's just for today's audience who didn't see the first one to just latch on to celebrity names and feel like this is a cool moment in time. But those people, to get back to your original point, those people didn't see the first one, don't care about the first one, are just here for the spectacle sort of nature of it, the event part of it, and they need to be reminded why this is funny.
Yeah.
This is funny because something happened 20 years ago or 30 years ago at this point, and they liked it then. So just to catch up to speed, this bit was funny 30 years ago, so now you're caught up to speed. Huh?
Yeah.
Can we continue with the movie? It's ridiculous that a film would not care about this film so much. It's not about this film. We're going to show you highlights from the old. That might be 6% of this movie is the old movie.
Yeah.
If you added up all of those flashbacks.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's insane. It's just insane. It's like, what is this movie?
What I take issue with of what you said is I agree with everything in general. But what I take issue with is this sort of like concept that fan service is somehow has to be like the lowest level, most like condescending, pandering thing.
Yeah.
Like that to me isn't good fan service, which is what you read reviews of this film, it's what they all say. It reminds me a little bit about the Mortal Kombat remake, which we argued about back when. It's like, oh, it's fan service. It's not trying to be anything else. It's just trying to give the fans what they want. But it's like, why don't fans want good movies? You know, like that to me is the ultimate fan service. You're saying half the audience for this film is the people who love the first one. Well, we love the first one. You and I love the first. It's us.
Yes.
We're the perfect age, obsessed with the movie in 1996. But it's like, so what I want is allusions, references back to that original film, but I want to see growth. I want a new film that honors that old film by being a good new movie, a standalone movie that's taking the world seriously. Not just like, hey, remember you fucking idiot? You remember when he choked out his caddy? You remember how we threw Robert Smigel through the door? We're just having him cameo. Now we're gonna show you that like that is so insulting. Like, I know I'm being dramatic, but like, fuck you.
No.
Fuck you.
No,
I'm not like.
No, it is. It is insulting. But the problem, there's so many like, I can't respond to all the things. I'm gonna lose points that I'm gonna be pissed about when I sleep tonight. But give me a second. My brain literally hurt.
No, I know. It's hard. It's hard.
You said this movie is for us. It's unfortunately it's not.
No, but you said it's for us. That's what I'm taking issue with.
Well, it should be for us. That's the problem. But we are on the extreme group of for us because we also love movies. Like, I want general audiences to value the movie part, the craft elements of the part of the film. And today, that's not what it's about. I watched this with a bunch of my family, and there was 8 people, and I think 4 of them were in the camp of like, hey, it's just for what it is. It's fine. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the issue for everyone, because I think that's popular opinion now. I think people have just welcomed this idea of, I don't even want it to be good. That's not the point. That is the general, you and I are not, we're in the minority of that.
Yeah.
Today, it's just, it's good. I needed something to do with my friends or my family or my girlfriend or whomever on a Friday night. Let's put on the Happy Gilmore thing and look at our phones and make popcorn and talk about our days. But this is going to be on too. It's not about like, was that a good movie? No, it's a thing we're all going to talk about for 2 days. So we wanted to have a reference point and give us something to do on a Friday night.
Yeah.
That is now the point of movies. Movies are not even the point of movies anymore. And that's the problem.
Certainly like Netflix and streaming stuff for sure. But yes, the bar just in general has been lowered so universally.
So yes.
And like, I know, I'm well aware that this makes us sound pretentious and snobby, but like, it's just the truth. Like, it's just the truth.
Yeah.
That like, and that's why I texted you and I was like, half joking, like maybe this should just be retirement. Because like when I get on Rotten Tomatoes and I start reading the individual reviews from like, again, respected, quote unquote, publications and critics, and Richard Roper's giving Happy Gilmore 2 3 out of 4 stars. And the general consensus is just like, it's, it's goofy and stupid, but sometimes that's just what we need. Like, it's pretty funny. It packs a surprising amount of heart. Like that kind of shit. It's like, if that's real, then like, maybe I'm the problem. Like I'm ready to look inward. Like it's just these like mainstream movies like this aren't for me anymore. So like maybe I should just give up on the hope that someone's going to try to make a good movie. And we're going to get into the specifics a little more about this movie and what maybe we don't like about it. But like that is the...
So stay tuned, gang.
Yeah. I got a couple things I liked.
More hate.
A couple things I liked. But it was a very depressing experience.
I hate this person I have become. Like in my day, but I'm right.
It's objective.
That's the problem. That's why I started by saying that gap has just widened, because I feel like in the old days, and literally when I mean old days, I mean 2005 and beyond.
I was gonna say, it's like pre-2011. It's like
like not that long ago. We've deteriorated pretty quickly, gang.
Yeah.
Thanks, the 2010s and beyond, and anything after that.
Yeah.
Or before that, I should say. That they also cared about the movie part. They cared about the cinematography. They cared about the emotional story beats. We just talked about, this episode's not out yet, but like The Big Lebowski. That movie cares about the movie part of this. Dumb and Dumber, I'll sing its praises forever. Like, it cares about the movie part of it, no matter how literally dumb and stupid it is. There's a movie in there.
Yeah. Happy Gilmore cares about the movie part.
Happy Gilmore, the first one. Literally, the best example we could give. I thought about Major League. These are goofy comedies that have the essence of like what quote unquote drama films would have. And these real like there's character development. There's a richness to the film outside of just the gags. And those parts make the gags and the falling down parts and the guy getting hit in the nuts parts funnier, because they're juxtaposition between one another. If it's just America's Funniest Home Videos, like how long can you, that's not a movie. How long could you watch that for? You need the rest of the stuff to balance out and to create value in the bits that come along throughout.
Yeah.
It needs to go like this. It can't just be like ball shot, banana peel, fart joke, the guy's drinking too much, the end. Like, that's not a film.
Yeah. And it's like, we always get comments about just like, just fucking take it easy. It's just a stupid comedy. Like, just laugh and enjoy it. But it's like, no one's asking for it to be Gone with the Wind. You know what I mean? Like, no one needs that. We all know what it is. But like the original Happy Gilmore, even though there was like things that were extreme for the sake of comedy and things that were slightly, maybe a little less realistic, it's still like grounded in a real world with real characters navigating real emotions. This movie, yes. I don't think has any of that.
No.
You know, it tries to build a story with the daughter and going to ballet school and.
But that might be that's been my biggest problem with movies today. And I think this is a great example. Let's get into some specifics. Everything about today's movies and this movie particular, all the emotional parts of it is just simply said to me with nothing behind it. With nothing that makes it impactful. I feel like it's the equivalent. The biggest example is Julie Bowen passing away. It's in the preamble of this film.
Yeah.
We don't get any time with them together. It's just said, and then we're just supposed to assume it hurts him a lot. Because we just see like a montage right out of the jump. A montage of him of his life, quote unquote, falling apart. But if you cared about this film at all, that goes at the end of your second act. That is the thing that makes him hit rock bottom, where you have the beginning part of the film to show what a rock she is, how the relationship has evolved, how she's the glue to this thing that makes him move, and their family, she's the anchor. And you would feel that rather than just saying, and she died, and she died. And then you go, yeah, that must stink. But that's all movie making today. It's just like, get that out of the way. We told you she was dead, rather than seeing it, rather than seeing why that would be emotionally impactful. Everything is at this surface level.
Yeah.
Everything is at this surface level.
You're 100% right. I think people would tell you too in defense, they'd be like, well, it happened, his dad died in the opening scene, and that was a big part of who he was in the first one. It's the same way, it's a callback, but it's like, it's completely different because her character is like the entire motivation and focal point for his, like this whole second movie. Is like yes. Her being gone is everything. In the first one, the real focal point is like his relationship with his grandma. Like, and trying to like fix that. And
why that is so important.
Exactly.
So we got to see the relationship between him and his grandmother.
Yes. Yeah.
We had to see him put her in a home. We got to see her be tortured by Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
And you could feel like, man, we got to get her out of here. Because you can see it. You can feel it.
Yeah.
It's not in a voiceover.
Yeah.
In a montage.
Yeah. I will say that that like her dying at the beginning for half of a second gave me hope. Like for a second, because it caught me off, because here's what I'll say. I was not expecting to be surprised by this film at all. Like in your and mine's conversation leading up to it after we saw the trailer, it was very clear what this movie was going to be. And so that they did that to her in the first minute of the film, I was like, oh, maybe this film is really going to buck my expectations. But it squanders that entirely. And then to your point, makes her death like really meaningless and, if anything, really hurt the film. And then it doesn't really surprise me much the rest of the way.
Yeah. Because if you're going to have her in the rest of the film, then just have her in the film.
Yeah.
Like it's a cheap ploy to like fake motivation. There's no reason for her to die. There's no reason for her to die at that point in the film. In my opinion,
because it's funny because that's what they'd say. But then what I would,
that's so
but then
stupid.
You can't use that moment that you killed this key character off in a goofy callback way to the first movie as then the emotional crux of all of your shit throughout the film. Like when he's crying in the bathroom during his first tour and he's thinking of the flashbacks to him and her kissing by the Zamboni driver. That doesn't mean anything because it's a joke that she's dead.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, if you have to. That's what makes fucking. I just so mad. Yeah, you're 100% right. Like it can't all be a joke, even though it's a comedy film.
Yeah.
If we're making a movie, guys, there's got to be movie in it. There's got to be film in it.
Yeah, this
and
isn't
you got to take some stuff
sketch.
seriously. So to your point, if everything's a joke, then nothing matters. And I think that's what people actually like about it. It's like, it's easy, it's fun. No, like, we have to feel something. We have to rally around something in this film.
Yeah, I don't need to be like crying, you know? I feel like I'm in advance defensive about the fucking comments that I know we're going to hear.
No, because you're right. It's 100% what people say.
It just doesn't need to be, you know? But it's like, we don't, just look at the first Happy Gilmore. You don't have to like look very far to get an example of what we're talking about. It doesn't have to be Schindler's List. It just give like character motivation and with some semblance of reality.
How do you feel?
Better.
Here's another one for you. For all my fans of Nepotism out there, which that was the source of our most popular video on Instagram.
I was gonna mention it.
I think this is maybe the second worst example I can recall to Trap, the first worst example. Trap being bad to me because it feels like the film was specifically created for the purpose of advertising her music career. This film, Happy Gilmore 2, obviously, he shoehorns in his two actual daughters and his wife, who typically has cameos in his films. I don't mind you put people in as cameos. You put in your family, you're hooking up your family. It's sort of Sandler's whole thing. His buddies are all there again, mostly, which I want to ask about. But my problem with this film is he makes his two daughters pretty key characters in this film. It's like, so sure, whatever. Neither of them are great actresses. That's fine. Whatever. Like, I can even get past that. What I really don't like is they look like twins, practically. And so It literally threw me off when he goes to the AA meeting for the first time and his other daughter walks up and I'm like, wait, is that why wasn't she just doing ballet? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why are we, I don't understand. And so I literally had to ask my wife, like, is that a second daughter? Is that like, and that is like distracting from the film, which to our point, it's not really, doesn't really care too much about. And then additionally, why does the ballet teacher look identical to your daughter, who doesn't look anything like Julie Bowen? Like,
yeah, yes, she doesn't look anything like the five brothers.
Yeah, those brothers all
the
look
five
different.
brothers look like nobody.
Yeah,
the five brothers just look like random guys. Like that whole dynamic. Like his family mixed in with his pretend family in the film.
Yeah.
And no one appears like anything like Julie, but like, yes, all of it really takes me out of everything that happened. Absolutely.
Yeah. But again, to our point, like this movie does, like, I think most of our criticisms are going to come back to the fact that this film doesn't really care about like being a film. It's just like, it doesn't care if you're thinking about how that's his real daughter and how the other one's his real daughter and how that's his wife. Because we're not watching the movie in the way that we the last 100+ years, how we'd watch movies, which is trying to put ourselves into this world to be told a story. Now, we're just watching Adam Sandler hang out with his family. Isn't that cool? And then I'm going to get on Twitter and I'm going to be like, I love that Adam Sandler includes his family and everything. That's cool. I was just so happy to think about that while I was watching this movie. Like, but that's not why we're supposed to watch movies. Like,
No.
It's tough. It was tough. Here's another one for you. Like, bigger picture. I think it's a weird choice that Happy Gilmore is now like the face of the establishment. Like, that to me shows a fundamental misunderstanding of who Happy Gilmore is. Is like, that was what we loved about him in the first one, was that he was like the punk rock rebel. And now he's just like the old guy who's like fighting to keep golf the way it is, which I might add, old and white, while this new young golf team is women and people of color and they're exciting. And it's like, so I'm not defending maxi golf in this movie, but I would just say that, like,
sounds like your big maxi team.
I would say that, like, Happy Gilmore it should be on the side of the rebels if you wanted to.
I think can I say something I feel like this is gonna upend everything. To that point, I feel like there honestly is the seeds of a good movie in here.
I agree.
There are some decent moments. There's a couple of funny jokes. I did laugh a few times. And there are decent, like, film moments, some grounding when he's crying in the bathroom. You mentioned it before. Like, that little moment is a shred of, like, heart. but it is spoiled under just a ton of manure. So it's hard to wrap your arms around it completely. But there are shreds. I say that in response to your thought about him. He should not be sort of defending the establishment. I did think that like had the potential to be an interesting moral quandary for him. You know, going against his, like, the thing he never thought he would do, he now has to do.
Yeah.
Because it's not what he wants to do, but it's maybe the right thing to do. You know, like, that's an interesting concept. Like, okay, let's battle this out. And in that same vein, I thought when Shooter McGavin comes back, and I do want to talk about Shooter, I thought that was another interesting choice. You're going to like, oh, these are going to be rivals again, but now they need to work together. That same sort of flipping these dynamics and relationships between people and, you know, who they are internally and who they may align themselves with. So how is that going to work? And they just like are immediately best friends and like he was in a insane asylum, but now they're best friends. It makes total sense. Everything's fine. Now he's a golfer and he's great at golf again. What a missed fucking opportunity. But the seed of that could be really interesting. Based on these two characters and their history, they got to find a way to work together to save golf, the thing that Happy doesn't want to save, but like should because of some, you know what I'm saying? Like that's interesting to me. But they really fucked it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally agree that there's like a framework there that I could see like things are close. And I actually I watched it once and then I went back and watched almost all of it again for the sake of this, which was tough. But like on that second watch, I actually appreciated a little more of like what I saw was almost there. But they miss entirely on all of it. I like the structure. I was surprised by Shooter's they're gonna have to work together now. Like that was another surprising moment that I thought, oh, that actually is interesting. But I think your point is a great one that just like those things only become really interesting if it's explored why with the character. Why is the character, what is the character having to make these decisions and what's inspiring and motivating that? Not just that like, oh, what a cool concept, they have to work together and they're working together. Like that.
And they're working together and that's great. And it's perfect.
Then
and
why,
perfect.
And yes, I thought so much about that Shooter McGavin thing where it's like, you go out of your way to set him up as he's deranged. He's deranged. He's in Arkham.
He's been in a mental institution for decades.
Yeah.
For years.
And even at his parole hearing, he can't mask his violent rage for Happy Gilmore. Oh, I'd kill him. I'd choke. And then they'd have to drag him out of there. And then it just takes a minute. They get in a fight. And because...
Takes a quick little fist fight and we are best friends.
Hey, buddy. All right.
Hey, buddy. Everything's fine.
Now you're a beloved uncle. Like... Christopher McDonald did great. Like Christopher McDonald is great, and he did great with what he had. But like that's a very weird choice. Like why put him in an asylum? Just have him be like a crusty old podcaster who's mad about the way things went, and he's built up this audience of people who also hate Happy Gilmore because there's a lot of things you could have done instead of being.
That's even a better idea because the extreme is ridiculous. Yeah. Like the extreme. This person would never be friends. They would never even allow them. So like, I know this seems like we're just so nitpicky, but like this shit actually matters to movies.
Yeah.
And the enjoyment, I can't suspend my disbelief this much where he is going to murder Happy Gilmore. They throw a couple punches and then it's fine.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, you know what was even worse than their relationship is the fact that the PGA lets him be the leader of the PGA team. Mm-hmm. When he comes and he gives that rah-rah speech, he's like, we're going to get it, boys. You've been in a mental ward for 30 years. They're welcoming you back with open arms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Without a conversation. Like, why? That doesn't make any sense. But again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to.
It's funny because Shooter McGavin's here. He's going to do the thing.
It's cool because he's doing his rah-rah speech and he's doing the guns again, and that's all that matters.
And the pro golfers all get to do it too, which is
and they get to do it. So how fun is that? How fun is that?
A genuine complaint is like, I follow sports. I'm not a golf fan. I don't watch golf, but like I have a general passing knowledge of most things sporting. The entire second act of this film is just like, watch these pro golfers do gags from the first Happy Gilmore movie, which like I kind of expected, but it's like I don't give a shit about Rory McIlroy like saying jackass. You know, like that's not what does that do for this movie? Like nothing. It's weird that so much of it becomes about like you need to have like a pretty specific amount of knowledge about pro golf and the history and its great players to even like get some of these jokes for a long stretch of the film.
Yeah, it does rely on you to know who these golfers are and understand that they are actually good.
Yeah.
Cameos, let me just say this, cameos are meant to be few and far between. That's how cameos work. Cameos are not a film. They're just not. They're not. It's just, if every character in your film is a cameo, that's a bad film. Because then you just have a cast of bad actors. People who have no idea how to deliver lines or anything. And now you're just solely resting this film on the weight of their celebrity. And that's what this film is. It's rested on the weight of the celebrity that is on screen at that moment. Because I don't know if there's a moment of screen time that doesn't have celebrity in it. There's someone famous in every scene.
Yeah.
Wildly famous, you know, like in their respective way.
I don't get this new thing, and then this, and not to again bring up our video about Trap, but a lot of the comments in response to my criticism of Trap are like, it's him, it's M. Night Shyamalan, it's his money. If any dad would do it, any dad should put on their child. I support it. I liked it because of that. And I don't understand how we've gotten as like a movie watching or an art consuming society where it's like, that's what people are deriving joy from. So in this case with Happy Gilmore 2, where it's like, oh, well, it looks like Travis Kelce had a great time on set. Oh, I bet this was so much fun. Adam Sandler got to hang out with his family and Bad Bunny got some great laughs. And I bet, on set, it must have been so fun for those golfers. And Haley Joel Osment must have gotten a real kick out of it. And you're just like, I don't care. Like I'm happy for them just on like a human level that all you and all your buddies and all your pro sports, legendary friends got to have a good time. And I'm sure you enjoyed yourselves, but like that's not what I'm watching a movie for. Like I'm trying to be transported into this world and have a laugh and be entertained and forget that I'm watching a movie. And you're not doing that. You're intentionally, very aggressively not doing that. And that's like upsetting to me as like a fan of this art form. And again, I know that sounds pretentious, but like you're hurting the thing that I love just so you and your buddies can like make some money and have some laughs. And like that sucks.
Well, but I don't know. I don't know who to blame. That's the thing. I can't continue to speculate of like whose fault it is when it's probably everybody's fault. But like how much of this is Adam Sandler and his team and Happy Madison's productions, or how much is it Netflix or insert any sort of studio who is just like, no, get more people, get Travis Kelce in here right now. We need to get Travis. Get Eminem. Get me Eminem in here right now.
That'll go viral.
That's the thing they're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Did you see Eminem get eaten by alligators?
Yeah. Funny. He was doing an impression of Joe Flaherty the whole time. That was really funny.
Unless you want to go to jail, you can't hit me, jackass.
Oh, I would ask people who are still watching for some reason that think we're total idiots about this, but like,
it's just us.
Was there anything in this movie that you thought was new and original and like memorable? Like when you look back on Happy Gilmore 2 5 years from now, which, you probably won't remember.
Will not happen.
You won't remember it. And you won't care to look back on it. But let's just say you really loved watching it and you think, oh yeah, I'm going to watch that all the time. I'm going to look back on it. What is the bit? Like what is a moment? What is a scene that you're going to be like, I really remember how funny that part was, or that's a timeless bit of comedy. Like, there's nothing there.
Nothing.
There's nothing there.
No, there is 1,000% nothing there.
Was it Margaret Qualley dancing to the windows, to the walls, and doing the splits in the sand trap? Like, okay, why is that girl doing this?
But why? But that's not like timeless.
No, I know. But I'm saying like,
that's not a great bit. It's just like funny to see someone do. That is something you would see on your phone.
Yeah.
That is,
Well,
this
that's
is
why
like a
that's in
bunch
there.
of TikToks.
Look at cute Margaret Qualley doing a little sexy dance in the sand. Whoa, TikTok. Like,
Clip. That's clip 1.
Yeah.
Eminem getting eaten by alligators. Clip 2. You can name 100. Travis Kelce getting covered in honey.
yeah.
Getting eaten by a bear. Clip 3. It's just, that's all it is. It's just like, how do we make these little Instagram size bits
Yeah.
for people to like chat about tomorrow and say, did you see this? That was so funny.
Yeah, now Post Malone can be a GIF. Woo! We got a GIF, guys. Woo! We got a meme. Like,
Yeah, 100%. Can I tell you the moment that I like threw my, metaphorically, I sat very quietly during this movie. But like metaphorically, I have this eye roll moment. And this is how you know the film doesn't care about you. Film doesn't care about you, educated movie viewer. In the scene when Robert Smigel is doing his thing, and he's just simply recapping the film. That is 100% why this scene is in there. To remind people from their phones that they've missed, let's just understand the stakes again of where we are.
yeah.
And the most egregious thing I've ever seen in a film is when he talks about Haley Joel Osment to Happy Gilmore, Haley Joel Osment, and he says he won the PGA Open, the Championship Open or whatever it's called, but now he's playing for the bad guys.
Yeah, he says the bad guys. He
said the word, the bad guys.
Yeah.
Not Team Moxie or whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
Just so you idiot people at home, this is the film, not me saying this. This is the film talking directly to you saying, you idiots can't follow that Haley Joel Osment is now a bad guy.
Now a bad guy.
So, now he's a bad guy. So we have to literally tell you dumb idiots, we have to spoon feed you and say the words, he's on the bad guys team now. Do you understand, small baby child? That I can't believe he said the word bad guys. He's playing for the bad guys now.
Yeah.
What level of respect
Fuck you,
does
Happy
anyone
Gilmore
have for
too.
you watching this film? I could not believe it. I really could not believe it.
Yeah. 3 out of 4 stars, Richard Roper. I'm just I can't. This is a 0-star movie, guys. I can't. I like I said, I would have left it alone if it wasn't for 68% on Rotten Tomatoes. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with the world?
Has the whole world gone crazy?
Movie looks like shit. We don't need to dwell on that. Everyone knows that Netflix movies look like shit.
No, I think it's a great thing to talk about. The cinematography is something I wanted to talk about. And I'll try and do it very quickly unless you want to say anything else about
That's all I had to say.
You can boldly see in this film that they're rushing because of the celebrities and their time frame. And they're like, we only have them for so long, or we only have this window of time for this. And you can tell when there's really less celebrities or people who are actors that are going to be there for that the cinematography is so much better. Not that it's great, but there's a handful of times where you go, that's decent. That's nice. There's motivation there within your lighting concepts. And then when you see the 4 golfers in that room when Shooter McGavin comes out giving the speech, and you have this wide shot of the golfers, and every fucking window is blown out, and there's hard shadows on their faces, just overexposed on one side. It's I could do that right now. And I'm not good at this. I could do this right now. They just it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just record.
Yeah.
We don't have time.
Yeah.
We don't have time to fucking put effort into this cinematography. But when they did have time, they knew they could do it. They did it. They did a decent job where you go, that looks good. That looks pretty good. Stuff with John Daly in the outside where there's blue moonlight and some warm, there's an orange and teal vibe kind of going. I was okay, it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but I see the intent, see that it's nice. Great.
Yeah.
Other times it's just turn the fucking cameras on.
Yeah.
Just turn them on.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
hit record.
Yeah, Scotty Schefter's got to leave in half an hour. Just get him to say the thing.
We got 45 minutes. Roll.
Yeah.
Roll.
Totally. I also think that and this is the biggest problem for a comedy film, I genuinely don't think the film is very funny. There was so much crickets in our house as like I would just like look at my wife and just be like, "Wait, was that supposed to be funny?" Like there's a lot of fall flat moments, and like maybe you think it's really funny to see that Marcello guy from SNL getting hit with 1,000 golf balls as he's running with a helmet, and then comes back and goes like, "Punch me in the face. I love my yob. I love my yob." Like, I'm sorry. I'm not offended by anything. And I find that offensive. Like, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, you should be ashamed. Like, everyone should be ashamed of this. Like, if it's going to be like stereotyping race in this way, be funny. And then it's fine. But if it's not funny, then it's awkward and it's cringe as fuck, which I felt like a lot of this was.
Kid's got a lot of energy.
God, that's all he's got. I do not understand the appeal.
He's got a lot of energy.
Like, what if I get louder?
I know. The only thing I will say, I'll appreciate he committed to it, and he bought in.
He's got one bit and he commits.
Yeah.
All right. You want to talk about the things you liked? What made you laugh, Keith?
I'll say really here's the star of the show, in my humble opinion. Oddly enough, Bad Bunny. I did like Bad Bunny. I thought his performance was really solid. Now, I don't know enough about his acting career. I know he's been in a handful of things. I know the Bullet Train, maybe. I haven't seen a lot of his work. But for this, his sort of like innocent naiveness, I thought came through. His very much like, I don't fully comprehend what's going on, but I'm still smiling through it. And him constantly saying breadsticks, I thought was funny. I did laugh. I thought he did a very good job of doing what that character should do. Maybe that's what his like limited to, like that's just all he can do. I don't know. But at face value, I thought he did a really good job for what was asked of him and what his bit was.
I agree.
I thought he did a great job. He was the best actor.
I agree. I think Bad Bunny he did great. With no material, like you're saying, like I didn't like crack up, but I thought that like he was committed in a commendable way, not like Marcello just doing the most like always. But Bad Bunny's character was a character, and he did a good job. I thought the funniest part was the irony is I don't think his sons should have been in the movie. Like I don't think they should have been characters. I think it should have been Happy and his one daughter.
Should have had one daughter.
Yeah, and then
1,000%.
Halfway through the movie, his wife dies, and he's in tremendous debt, and maybe she died on a golf course, so he doesn't want to go touch golf, but he needs to return to help his daughter. Great, done. So like the sons are just like there to do bits that he did when he was younger and be violent, and so sure, whatever. So I say that, I wish they weren't in the movie, but also the one part that I genuinely laughed at was when I think they were picking Happy up from prison or something, and they're like in the news cameras following him, and the one son just goes like, "Go Bruins!" Like when he's really mad. Like that is very funny. Like that was very funny. I appreciated that. But I really think that was the only time that I like laughed. Every other reaction that was positive was just like a huh, because of like a cameo. Like, oh, that's crazy. Oh, huh. Jack Nicholas ordered an Arnold Palmer. That's funny. Huh.
Yeah.
Like there's no laughing.
Yeah. There is no yeah.
I also think Benny Safdie is funny. Like, I think Benny Safdie is a good actor. I think that could have been like a better character. I think he understood the assignment. He has such a real, like, authentic sleaze to him. I think he's like perfect for those kind of roles. He's really good in The Curse, the Nathan Fielder, Emma Stone project on Showtime. Just like he's confident in his sleaziness, and I think he's good. So like he was another ingredient that I thought could have made for a better film. But not in this movie.
I got one more thing. But I have no positives. My positives are over. It was Bad Bunny.
Positive done.
And there was a couple. I like that he had, but they overdid it to death. That he had alcohol and everything.
Yeah. It's like a funny idea that wasn't super well executed. It's a funny idea, but they just like did it to death. Yeah.
I was like, that's kind of funny.
Yeah. It's funny in the writer's room.
Sure. Not in the execution.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect.
Enough is enough. We get it.
Yeah.
Why does every third act in movies now just go above and beyond any sort of reasonable thought.
Yeah.
Like, it just feels like there's a concerted effort in general audience films, in these pop culture films. It's just like the third act has to be the end of a fireworks show.
Yeah.
It just has to be the most.
Yeah.
It just has to be the absolute most. To all of a sudden, people can bend out of their spine. I know that at least they gave some sort of backstory, but it's like they can bend out of their, like, they can do a full rotation. Every time they hit, there's fireworks. There's like lasers shooting. There's snow everywhere in the middle of, July. Like, it just, nothing. They're playing polo as golf. And I get that that's the point of like how absurd this new golf thing is trying to be. But I don't think that's the point.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're more like just big and more.
Yeah, we gotta get people
just
to
big
look.
and more. Just make people look. I don't think it's to show how absurd that golf thing is. I think it's more to like catch your attention for the final 40 minutes of this film.
Yeah.
And because they choose to set it in this make-believe universe that doesn't exist, you can't give a shit about them winning.
Yeah, who cares?
I can't fucking care about the point of this movie is to save golf. I can't give a shit because I don't know the rules.
Yeah.
I don't know
There are
that
no
they're
rules.
gonna have to balance on a balance beam and it's gonna spin around all of a sudden and they're gonna have to make a putt. Like, and that means something. Like, I'm supposed to feel this is gonna save golf if he makes this putt. What the fuck are we doing for 40 minutes? And it's not like a quick montage. It's a half hour plus of this nonsensical bullshit that this is what we're emotionally hanging our hat on. This is the crux of the film. I'm supposed to give the most shits about this stuff that I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
Yeah. My brain turned off.
I was furious. Like, the beginning of this movie is tough. The end of this movie is unwatchable.
The end makes the beginning look like Citizen Kane.
Look great. Yeah, the end, the final act of this movie makes the first two look like that wasn't that bad compared to this pile of dog shit that I can't wrap my head around at all. It's just stimuli.
Yeah. 100%.
Just be stimulated.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to cheer at the end and be like, yay, he saved golf. I don't give a shit. I'm so mad about it.
Yeah.
I'm really so mad about it. They should have played real golf. Let them play real golf. Let them play real golf.
Yeah.
To save golf.
Yeah.
I was really mad about the end.
Yeah. No, I think that was very well said because I agree completely. It was just like chaos, nonsense. My brain turned off and was just like, it honestly was like, I have a rule that I will never like look at my phone if I'm watching a movie. Because I do that because I'm better than everyone, but also because I consciously want to train myself. Because I know that we've all trained ourselves to just look at our phone all the time. And so if I'm doing something where I normally think to look at my phone, I really try not to. And especially just on principle for the love of film. If I'm gonna watch a film, I'm gonna watch a film. That final act, I reached for my phone because I was just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't even know what's happening here. I don't know what's happening. Like, whatever.
I'll give you even another example. Not that no one's with us. It's just me and you here.
That's what we're here for, baby.
Room. Let's just take the two ends because I can hear someone saying, well, in the final thing, it wasn't golf either in the first one because you had to play it as it lies. I had to hit it off of Frankenstein's fat foot. And he's got to go up and down the chute and around it and go, that's not golf either. That matters because you saw him train for that with Chubbs at the mini golf thing. And that was part of why he would be prepared for that moment, not only physically, but mentally. Like, that was set up to be the end where you could feel accomplishment on behalf of Happy because he couldn't do it before. And in the biggest stage, he finally does it.
Yeah.
So I don't care that it's like out of the realm of golf.
Yeah. Or that it's not likely or unrealistic.
Yeah. That's not the point I'm trying to make, internet. And I know I'm getting criticized for it right now. It's built into the arc of the film and his character overcoming this moment. Literally an obstacle in front of him, physically and mentally. None. It's not like they were practicing on a whirly derby thing and be like, this is the final hole. We gotta be able to do this. And they can't do it the whole time. And people are like, fuck this, I'll never do it. Like, that's not part of the growth.
Yeah.
Earlier on in the film.
I wanted to say, just as we wrap it up here, let's just imagine. You hate us because you love this movie for some reason. Just imagine a movie here, okay? Like, I'm combining what you and I were saying, I think, where it's
great,
still funny. He's still dealing with rage issues. He's got the one daughter. Him and Julie Bowen live together. Maybe they're a little down on their luck, but they're getting by for whatever reason. He had some tax issues or whatever. A quarter of the way through, halfway through the film, she dies on a golf course, and he's lost. He gets into drinking. Still funny, still a comedy, but it's like it's tough. And then, so the natural thing is he's got to go back to golf and like rediscover the joy and the thing that brought him and his wife together, and win money to help provide for his daughter. And then it's Shooter McGavin who takes the Chubbs role. And that's the twist, is now Shooter McGavin is his mentor as he's getting back to the senior tour or whatever. Then you have this nice consolidated group of characters that we all love. You get to see some awesome, funny interactions, and it's not just like a fucking clown show.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't that sound like a good movie? Doesn't that
sound so much better?
Maybe even they have to partner. Maybe at the end, Happy and Shooter or it's a 2-on-2 tournament, and they have to play golf against young bucks who are trying to come up and think that they're old news. Like,
yeah, 1,000%. That's so. I love him being the mentor and filling the Chubbs role. I think that's great. He's lost his way. His wife has died. He feels alone, and the least likely person who would help Happy Gilmore get back on top is Shooter McGavin. I think that's fantastic. And take it one further, if we're just pitching ideas, it'd be great if there was like an always underlining mistrust of Shooter McGavin. Like, is he really, or is he just being selfish?
Yeah.
Is he just setting him up to fail? And you're saying maybe they have to partner at the end or something. There comes a moment where it's like, this is his chance. If he wants to end happy on the biggest stage, this is what he does, and he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
And Shooter, maybe you give Shooter the redemption instead of
putt
Happy
to
Gilmore,
save
and
the
he
day.
gets his gold fucking jacket, and we're all happy because they did it together. This is so much better movie.
This is so much
Cut
better.
the check.
call us.
Call us. Call us.